This camera is the first Canon camera I have picked up in years and immediately thought, oh, this is smart. You see, I have a problem. If you don't want to shoot on the iPhone because you want something that's a little bit higher quality, but you don't have enough money for this whole setup, camera, lens, microphone, and you like the convenience here, what's in between? That's where the Canon PowerShot V1 comes into play. And for this class of cameras to be successful, it needs to be almost as convenient as an iPhone, but the video quality has to be better and it needs to be cheaper than this whole like kind of pro camera setup. Why did I get excited? Well, look at this. I'm barely holding it out and I'm able to get my whole body in frame. And whenever there's like these like middle class cameras in between the iPhone and like a full-on camera, they're always just way too tight and they're kind of just unusable for anything like this. Does it have all the bells and whistles, the slow motion, the 10-bit and all that stuff? No. Does it have the biggest, best sensor? No. Is it more convenient than an iPhone? Not quite. Is it perfect? Definitely not. But every time I pick this thing up, I'm like, there's something about this. And every time I give it to somebody else, they're like, oh, this is interesting. Also, check out what I got. Iron glass. I finally got my own set. These are incredible. I can't wait to try them out more. This type of camera isn't for the professional wanting to shoot commercials and weddings and all that stuff. It's for the people that want to save their memories and experiences and relive them later on. Now that I think about it, basically for vlogging. Did Canon just bring back daily vlogging from the dead? For this camera to be special, it needs to be as convenient as an iPhone, but better video quality than the iPhone and cheaper than something like this. The only way we're gonna find out is to actually put it into use and try to daily vlog with it for, I don't know, a week. Let's try it out. Where are we, buddy? First day back at the cottage. Sit on this. Captain gonna jump out and grab on. All right, land ahoy. Come on, Charlotte. You excited? All right, first task. Put the dock in the water so we can get out the bigger boat. Step one done. Are you filming a Stick Nation video?
No.
Stick Nation! Oh, this is a pretty good stick you have here.
No, it's a sword, not a...
Oh, it's a sword?
Wait, you can actually transform it then.
Both.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Thanks for filming. That was a big help.
I want to do that again.
All right, you keep filming. How's the filming going?
Good.
All right, come look. Come look. So, the structure of the dock is aluminum. We just wheel it out into the water. Now we have to put the top boards, composite, on top. Right, Kai?
Yeah.
All right, we got a few more to go.
It's not Stick Nation! Yay, filming mission!
Check. Finished. Last piece of the puzzle. Just like that, cottage season has begun. Boat is in the water, phase 2 complete. On a little morning run, casual, chill. It's funny, I've actually replaced listening, well, not replaced, added to listening to books and podcasts with learning from ChatGPT. I just spent like 20 minutes learning about psychology. Incredible. Anyways, this is a good opportunity to talk about, should you be thinking about getting the PowerShot V1 over your phone
Or should you just use your phone because it's really convenient? Like right now, I'm not going to carry around an extra camera, even if it's small. Running is tiring enough.
My question is really like, it's a tough decision. Do you bring just the iPhone, or do I recommend just an iPhone because it's so convenient, it's always in your pocket, it does so much more than just be a camera. Plus it's kind of the same. It has, you know, different focal lengths and good quality, and nowadays with all the computational photography, it's got really good dynamic range and stuff like that, even better than this camera does. But this also, I don't know, the quality I think is still more interesting. It's a really fun form factor also. Let me show you. So after using it for a little while now, at first I was like, I don't know how to control this thing, but actually it's really cool. So to change exposure, for example, they have this wheel set to the shutter speed. I like that. That's convenient, makes sense. ISO, I just have to click on there and change it. That's fine. F-stop, super interesting, is actually controlled by this ring here. So you moving this ring changes the f-stop, which it's a nice tactile feedback. I mean, it doesn't have any clicks or anything like that, but I don't know, it's kind of just nice to change the f-stop on the ring. I really like that. Plus then, we also have a built-in ND filter, which I can stop recording, which you can access just like that. Turn on an ND filter, off, on, super easy. I just have it on this little button here. Is it as convenient as an iPhone? No, but it is very convenient. It's a really nice, small, compact size, almost as convenient as an iPhone in terms of size. Now, the added convenience of the iPhone is that we take it with us all the time, whereas this is gonna be an extra piece of gear that you're gonna have to carry around. So not quite as convenient. You have the camera, the lens, the microphone. You even get a nice little zoom. Are zooms back? Is this cool again? This might be coming back. And I think little tools like this actually kind of like add to like a trend of something like, oh, zooms are gonna come back to like full cinema. People starting on a filmmaker and pick up this camera and they're gonna do a zoom and they're like, that's super cool. I love zooms. This camera is so convenient and easy. I can even give it to my kid and they can film with it. And then the nice part about this is like, if for example, my kid drops it, or if I drop it because I have it with me all the time, it's not that big of a deal. Whereas if you drop something like this, it really sucks. In terms of convenience, I will say the battery life is probably the biggest weakness of this camera. The batteries don't last super long, but it's nice to just like USB charge it. It's pretty simple. It wasn't the biggest deal for me, but yeah, you might need to carry around a couple batteries with you. Almost knocked out the camera. Some of you might not know that we actually have a new space. We got this space, I don't know, it's probably been like closer to a year now. Tyler enjoys his new space.
I do.
Don't look, emails. It's a pretty nice space. Tyler's the boss down here. He lays down the law.
Yeah, you can see I've laid down the law so much that I fired everything. You guys are not holding your weight.
Tyler's a tough boss.
That's new.
This is the new Canon. Yeah. Would you use something like this?
Honestly,
Try it.
Okay, I know that you got this, and the way you were describing it, I was like, if Matti isn't using this regularly, I think I might try and steal this for maybe some of my own content, because this is perfect.
This might be perfect for you, actually.
Yeah.
You might, I don't know if the audio's, I still haven't checked the audio.
Yeah.
If the audio...
But you have your presets, so...
Yeah, the presets will...
Just slap those on.
Also, AI stuff will like clean up anything nowadays, but yeah, this is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Tyler, what have you been working on?
The biggest thing that I've been working on is...
This is very important.
Okay, I think I figured it out. So this has been curling up way too much, and we've been tripping on it. So this has been half my job, is just to get this down, and I think I've got it. So
We take safety very seriously at the office. We don't want anybody tripping on that, and it would be very bad. Tell them about Creator Camp. That's more of what I was talking about. I mean, this is important too, but...
So I've started like a manager series, going through how to do brand deals, what I look for in emails and all that stuff, how we negotiate, all that fun stuff, how to launch digital products in our marketing brains. Well, not how to, but like how we do it, and then you can take bits and pieces that work for you based on your personality.
Us two have been mentoring some other creators behind the scenes for years now, I want to say, like probably closer to 7 years. And we kind of wanted to start opening it up to more people, and so we started Creator Camp, and basically want to mentor you if you want to get into YouTube, or if you want to take your YouTube kind of to the next level, because there's so much to learn.
Matty's kind of modest. He's done very well on the business side of things, so we're much focused on making sure creators do well on the business side of things, value themselves well. And I think Matti doesn't communicate enough on how well on the business side he's done for himself, so we want to bring more people into that, because I think creators undervalue themselves way too much with brands and, everything to do with the business side.
We're much more about building a brand than just trying to get viral views, because I don't think that leads
building
to...
a personal brand is the number one thing to have longevity, sustainability, and probably either make the most money or turn it into a career that you wouldn't have even imagined possible.
We have made some mistakes, though, also, which...
Which is an episode or two in Creator Camp of
what not to do.
Physical products, and then trying to get them shipped during COVID when shipping prices are through the roof, and then all your margins are gone. So we have some content on that.
It doesn't always work out. It's not always perfect, that's for sure.
We're showing the good, the bad, the ugly.
All of it.
Yeah.
Kai has a secret to show us. Keep this between just us and you guys, okay? It's a secret. All right, what's the secret?
I had it there under the moss. Then you can't even see it when it's there.
Tell them to never tell anybody else about this secret.
Never tell anybody else about the secret.
Nobody will ever know. They're not gonna know. Kai's telling everybody about the secret.
You won't tell nobody.
It is time to go racing in the USA. Welcome to our second sprint race of the season. This is the Miami International Autodrome, our venue for the 6th round.
Time to take a little
of the
break and
World
watch some
Championship
F1 sprint.
in 2020.
Miami, loving Piastri.
And all the
Antonelli,
eliminated
so sick.
driver-
Ouch. That hurts, Charles. Oh. Kai, who do you think's gonna win?
Got Max Verstappen. Now, was he
Max
behind
Verstappen?
with the safety? Piastri's diving to the
Oh,
inside. The top turn.
push Kimi Antonelli off.
Goes off at the first turn.
There's
Wow.
a nice
Positions.
By the way, you guys probably can't see this, but man, this nano texture glass on the new MacBook Pros is so good. I'm in like bright, sunny, like normally this would just be like glary, like crazy. I couldn't see anything. There's no glare, like zero glare to my eye. Incredible. Well done, Apple. I didn't realize how good this was until just now. But I still think this is one of the most convenient cameras I've ever used, especially because of this wide lens, which leads us to, is this camera better for video than an iPhone? First off, the wide angle. It's great. I love this. This is so good. Like, I am casually holding it in front of me about a foot away right now. If I want to go full vlogger, that's the field of view we get, which is incredible. This was a huge mistake that Sony made in all their like ZV whatever cameras. They just weren't wide enough, and so it kind of made them pretty unusable for the most part. I really like the fact that the f-stop is on the lens. So I can just hold it like this, and I can be changing the exposure as I'm holding it like this. And this is what all the creators and vloggers and all the YouTubers wanted. was a camera that you could just hold, and you don't have to hold it like super far out. Just hold kind of naturally, and you can get everything and not have to do all this crazy stuff to make it wide enough. I don't know how that that got missed for a lot of companies. Ah, great day. Love that summer's here. Or sort of, almost here. And a nice thing about the audio, because we can film a little closer, the audio ends up getting so much better because we're closer to the microphones. And I found that the audio on the PowerShot V1 is like pretty good. And especially nowadays with all the AI tools we have to clean up things or isolate sound, this is more than good enough. I actually made a point of it to try to record as much as possible on this camera to see how it does with audio. It's also nice when a camera is this small that you can just put it in very tight places. And also the fact that it's small kind of means that if it falls or something, it's probably not going to break. It's probably going to be fine. So I'm a little riskier with this camera for sure. You know, instead of having like a $4,000 camera and then an expensive lens, I didn't even mount this. I just put it on my dash and it's working great. What's your choice of coffee? Mine's iced Americano all day. I don't even have to ask at the cafe now. I'm one of those guys who just walks in and they make me an iced Americano. Never thought I'd see that day. Sometimes I miss shooting weddings. They were fun. Good place to learn. And the colors and the image are better than an iPhone. It doesn't have as much dynamic range as an iPhone does, but just in terms of like color grading and working with these files, it is better than an iPhone. I will say these file sizes are massive. That's one of the biggest downsides I've so far found. I forgot how good H.265 is and keeping the files small, but at the same time giving us the quality that we want. Might look warm, but it's not warm yet. It's only May 2nd, which means the water is freezing cold, but actually quite nice. With the sauna, doesn't matter. It's great. Canadian things. The stabilization, I wouldn't say is as good as an iPhone.
Another run. No other camera other than my iPhone with me. It's still so convenient. Sunset. Very nice.
An iPhone does a really, really good job of stabilization. That is because the sensor is so small, it's a little bit easier. This is a little bit bigger of a sensor. It's not the biggest sensor, but I think this is, for the most part, pretty great. Now, the shallow depth of field is not gonna be all that good. The best f-stop you get on this lens is an f2.8. If you zoom in, it gets worse. And then an f2.8 on this size of sensor, it's not the best shallow depth of field, as you can see. You get a little bit, it's fine, but you're not gonna get like buttery bokeh back there or anything like that. It's kind of fun to use this camera versus an iPhone, but then the iPhone is more convenient. So I'm kind of in this limbo of like, is it just a pain to take around a camera like this and I should just be using my iPhone? Or if I'm gonna take a camera in the first place, maybe I should just bring like full-on legit, you know, this is the Sony a7S III or the FX3 or whatever Canon camera you're using for like your main legit camera. This camera is interesting. I haven't fully decided. I hope by the end of this week of vlogging, I will be able to tell you whether I think you should just use your iPhone or go all the way to like your more pro camera, or is this actually like a really, really interesting camera for this like middle ground of, you don't want to quite bring your big camera, but you also don't want to just use your iPhone. I also busted out the Ronin 40 again. I feel like this camera is one of those like kind of underrated cameras that people just don't quite understand, and if they used it more, they might actually really, really like it and might actually get them way cooler results than they think. Adolescence was a good example of that. So yeah, I'm testing out this. Also, Peter's new knife. This thing is sick. Perks of having Peter McKinnon be your best friend. You get cool knives every once in a while. For the record, that's not the only reason I'm friends with Peter. If you are
weirdo who hates formatting cards and is super freaked out to format any card, Angelbird makes a 1 terabyte CF Express Type A, and they have CF Express Type B cards too, but this is CF Express A for Sony cameras. And then they make this really cool card reader. It's like so small compared to the Sony one that, yeah, I really like this. Thank you, Angelbird. Appreciate that. Whenever there's a good product, I just like to give it a shout out, even when it's not sponsored. I think people always think that everything is sponsored, and yeah, actually few things are sponsored. Sometimes I just like a product, and it's fun to talk about it. Just like the Ronin 40, not paid by DJI in any way. Actually, I was trying to get them to send me the new 8K because I only have like the 6K sensor thing, and you can upgrade it to the 8K, and they haven't sent it to me yet. DJI, please. I'd like to test it. Also, I wish the ND filter was a little bit stronger. When you're outside and you put on the ND filter, it's not quite enough, and so then you have to kind of crank your f-stop or crank your shutter speed, and once you crank your shutter speed, then everything kind of looks a little bit worse, a little bit more sharp and jittery, and the stabilization doesn't look as good. Coco, are you rhyming?
Yeah.
How did you do that?
Wait, can you?
If you don't know, your shutter speed should basically always be double whatever your frame rates is, with exceptions. But if you're filming in 24 frames per second, for example, it should be 48 or 1/50.
My cottage has been super good. I loved swimming.
And so I love the ND filter built in, but I wish there was like either 2 phases of it, or that it was just stronger, that when you're outside, you could put it on and shoot wide open. Had the strap on here, but it keeps getting into the shot, so I'm gonna take this. This is the first time I put a strap on a camera in I don't even know how many years. Don't need it. And then the price, $899. That's pretty good. That is the same price right now as the cheapest iPhone that you can get, I believe. Obviously, you get a lot of other stuff with the iPhone, but that iPhone would not have the best cameras like this iPhone does. So I think the price is pretty good in terms of the cost being significantly less than buying a lens and camera. Okay, you don't have to go this all out. This is like, what? This is like $7,000 with the microphone and everything. This is a lot of money. You don't have to go that far. But whenever you're buying a lens, a camera, and a microphone separately, it's gonna be in the thousands, basically. Editing a new video on why I'm kind of bullish on Blackmagic right now. I did not think that I would be bullish on Blackmagic camera, but they're doing a lot of interesting things right now. So I made a video on it. Might be already, probably is out by now. Go and watch it if you haven't yet. Quick question. How many people are editing on DaVinci Resolve now? I've been full DaVinci Resolve for like, I don't know, I want to say like good year and a half now at least. I mean, it's free. Okay, you have to pay a little bit for some features, but it's basically free. Doesn't cost you every month, saves you a lot of money, and it has basically everything we need nowadays. So I'm curious, how many people have made the jump to DaVinci, and how many are still on Premiere or Final Cut? Let me know in the comments. So with all that being said, I think Canon did a really, really smart thing that a lot of other, basically any other camera company was not able to do, in my opinion. Is it perfect? Definitely not. But as a little vlogger camera that you can just pick up and turn off and put in your pocket and carry around with you everywhere, this is about as good as it gets. What are we thinking on this massive drone? This thing is chunky. Yeah, I mean, I've flown it a good few times now, and it is very interesting. By this point, you guys have watched all the reviews. I haven't seen all the reviews and other people's footage, but this seems like a huge step up, but it is bigger and chunkier and all that. But yeah, massive step up. I feel like even the zoom lenses are like actually usable, good. 6x zoom, 2.5 zoom. It's incredible. Also, I just love that you literally turns on. No longer do you have to like screw in all the controllers and everything. You just go like this, look, the controls, they fold out, and it's on. On. and then I could just start flying now. It sounds like a small stupid thing, but when you're on like a trip or something and you're like, say you're in Iceland and you see a
low battery warning.
critically low battery warning. You see a cool view and you're like, oh, should we pull over and get out the drone and go fly and get that shot? It's gonna be a lot. There is that feeling of like, do I want to or not? And I feel like any little thing, like not having to screw in these little controllers, makes it faster and easier and more fun. And you're just like, oh yeah, I'll take it out. That takes 2 seconds. So yeah, I appreciate all this stuff. Plus, now you get the little side angle views. I'm not flying right now, so you can't see. But this box right here, this drone has cameras everywhere on it, and so now it will show you, like if you're flying right sideways, it'll show you a camera this way, and so you can actually see if there's something there, whereas before you would just a lot of times crash into whatever's right there. So yeah, anyways, let me know. Do you guys like this thing, or is it just another drone? And also, does the vertical gimbal thing, does that matter to you guys, that you can spin this? You can spin that? Does that go vertical, not vertical? Is that cool? I don't do a lot of vertical content, so for me it doesn't really matter, but maybe that's a big deal for a lot of people. For photography, that is actually pretty cool, but again, I don't also do very much photography, so it's always fun testing out new stuff. I like it. Sometimes the camera with the most specs is not actually the best camera. I feel like Canon is good at doing that. They don't always give you all the specs that you want, but then they end up delivering something that's very, very interesting. All right, that's a wrap on the first cottage trip of the year. Huge success. Big success, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dad, I want to see my video that I did. Has every fishy lost its teeth?